Man, what a great night last night. It's funny how it's easier to wake up in the morning when you have a good night the night before. We had a good day at the Meadows. I was a little disappointed with the overall behavior of Widespread Panic, but once he settled in, that was one heck of a comeback to circle the field and win yesterday, and then Stay Close raced as good as he could. We were off to the races, so to speak. We had a really good afternoon, a first and a third, and we were heading into an evening with a lot of question marks, right? How would Collector be off his qualifier? Would the Collector that qualified show up, or would another horse show up? Drebin, he's been knocking on the door and looking like he was ready to do big things, but was he there yet? And then obviously Hallie in the Clouds, how would she do, right? Tough class for her. Those non-winners of 2 and 3 classes in the summer get salty, right? They're hardened non-winners of 2, grassroots type fillies, and if you're really unlucky, you catch a gold or something in there also. One of those real good ones that have 1 or 2 wins. It seemed like a competitive field for her last night, but how would she do? So a lot going on. The storylines of yesterday were all drawn, and I ended up speaking to Dr. Brown's clinic, not Dr. Brown, shortly thereafter the race. I told Tim I would make a call down there. We have, so I guess jump forward just a second. Rosetta, I want to send her to Dr. Brown's before she goes to New Jersey, just to make sure everything is working properly. Also, Country Dancing, felt that she was obviously a million times better than I remember from Northfield. Still a little tentative in the corners. I felt that she was smart enough to push through, but I didn't really want to push her even close to that red line, so I didn't. But I want to try and erase that red line if we can, so or at least push it further down the speedometer. So Tim and I talked about it. We're going to send her over also. And then Widespread Panic, I asked if they could take another horse and have a look at him. Something's going on. It's not serious. Now, probably just a little maintenance. But, you know, when I look back at his qualifier, I had no problem letting him rock off the car, and he was very strong. His first race was good. His second race was good. He made that break on Chris. And then last week, he was a little bit hot and crazy. What's going on up here? He was a little bit hot and crazy without the chain in his mouth. And yesterday, once he settled in, he was fine. But he wasn't as strong, and he was very, very lethargic at the gate. I couldn't get him up to the gate, and I can't really say or can't really tell if he was trying to get out of his work or whether he was just a little rusty, little sore somewhere, a little stiff somewhere, maybe tied up in the week. I don't know. Once I got him in gear, you know, this is coming to the quarter pole, and we had caught up. I thought that maybe we had a shot at getting a good chunk of it. When I moved him down the backstretch, he kind of hung out in the 3-wide path, but he did his work. He pushed through, and in the last turn, when I really called on him, he was there. He showed up for his work, and he did his work really, really well. So, rather impressed with what I've seen. What are we doing here? This guy pulled over in the turning lane, or has he broke down in the turn? Oh, he's got his four. Oh my God! He rear-ended someone. Barely touched her. I've been there.
Why is the lady not going?
Because that person bumped into that person at the stoplight, but it doesn't really look like there's a whole lot of damage, but whatever.
Doesn't even look like he cared. He was on his phone while the guy was
The guy in behind? Oh, he's probably calling his insurance company.
That's dangerous.
Yes.
When you're driving a car, you're calling someone, you can get pulled over. Or you can get bored.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the public service update. Thank you. So, we were having a good day, and then Collector raced so good. I didn't really know. Brett put him in a great spot and ended up second over, and it looked like the horse first over was going to slide back, and I'm saying to myself, geez, I'm watching to see, and he got him going right at the perfect time. Well, he's a great driver. He's a fantastic driver. So as soon as that horse started to come back, he wheeled him out 3 deep, and you could tell Collector's body language when he moved him his last start before he made that break. He just looked better yesterday than he looked like he had an attack mode rather than just float. and looked great. Just a great job by Stacy and Brett. And then I was eagerly awaiting Drebin's race. You know, I like Drebin a lot. I think very highly of him. I think the horse has got a lot of talent, and most of all, I think when you look at our barn, when you step back and look at it,
That's not raining.
I saw that, sweetheart. Thank you. It was a big race for Dominic, right? He's had a terrible run of late, and as I said to him, I said, Dom, things will get better once we start moving out the riffraff, so to speak. Once we start moving out the horses that are not competitive. I don't know why it works that way. It just feels to me that when we get rid of the horses that are kind of dragging the barn down, it takes off. And maybe that's just my perspective of it when it happens, but it just seems like little by little when you start to move out the horses that aren't our horses, and that aren't stable horses, that have proven they're just not going to cut it, it just seems like there's less of a weight on your shoulders, on our shoulders, even on the horses' shoulders, it seemingly looks like, because they race better. And Drebin, you know, before James had been ducking him. Last night was the first time he left out of there with him, put him on the front, sat in the 2-hole, attacked down the lane, and yeah, those two horses kind of interfered with one another down the lane, but Drebin took off the last 100 yards and finished up his mile strong, 55-2, 28 on the end of it. A great mile from him, and a great stepping stone forward for the horse. And I can assure you, a massive monkey off the back of Dominic. And I know, you guys know I'm going to go to bat for our trainers. You know, hardworking, good, honest people deserve to do well in this industry, whether it's you or whether it's guys like Dominic or Harry. And to see them put all that work in and just not get there, it's saddening, and it's frustrating for them, I'm sure, but that is the industry. I've told you a million times, it is merciless. It's a constant grind, and you're constantly trying to keep your momentum moving forward, and it's not always easy to do. So hopefully a great start to the summer for Dominic, and a great win with Drebin. Yes?
Did someone close the door when we left?
Yes. Who wouldn't close the door? Why wouldn't we close the door?
Because if someone didn't close the door, then someone would get in.
I see. Thank you for that. Yes, we did close the door. And then we got to Hallie in the Clouds. I hate when he calls her Holly in the Clouds. Oh my God, it drives me crazy. Hallie in the Clouds looked good, but just looked outmatched, right? Nice filly, but just, I think, a little closer to the grassroots than some of the other horses we've had that just weren't quite there, but not quite a grassroots filly. I said to Dom, you know, I think this filly, we keep pushing her to 100%. We need to get her to a place where she can race at 90%. I think she's a 57 trotter right now. Let's find a spot where they're going to go in 58. That's what we're looking for her. We have both Georgian Downs and Grand River racing now and open, and you can be sure there should be plenty of races there for a 3-year-old trotting filly with, one or no wins? Lifetime? 1 win maybe lifetime? Numbers of 2 should be right up her alley at those 2 tracks. So that's where we're going to race her moving forward. And a great day, top to bottom. Friday, we had 3 winners, a 3rd and a 6th, but the 6th was all she could do. So moving into that was Thursday. Getting my days mixed up. Moving into Friday today. I don't know where this rain is coming from. We're on our way to Northfield Park right now. Gonna go there, see what's going on with everybody, which horses need to train. Which horses need to train today and tomorrow in preparation next week, and then get to the races. Now, I won't be present for 3 Point Blue Chip and for Lovers Play at the Meadows, but I have talked to Hunter. I need to explain to him about 3 Point Blue Chip a little bit. You cannot hit him with the whip. He'll swell up and cower up and he won't go. Put him on the front, he'll pull up a little bit. Once in a while you can get him there, but not often. Exactly how we raced him last week. Cover, sprint. He's in a 6-horse field. I'm not going to go out and say, he's a layover and it shouldn't matter, but if he's in striking position with the horses he's in tonight, he's a winner. But on his terms. So I hate giving drivers too many instructions. Hunter's a professional, does a great job, but I need to reiterate, because he doesn't give you that feel when you go on the track. I need to reiterate that no whip and no front and no first over. 3 things you can't do tonight. So, Lovers Play also, a kid, Justin. I love to see this kid do good. Justin Walters seems like a really nice young man. Got a good set of hands on him. He's just going to take some time. Obviously, he's a young driver. I hope he gets his chance, because he's a pretty nice kid. Always walking around with a smile on his face. Never got a chip on his shoulder. Just seems like a nice young man, so I'd like to see him do some good. Hopefully he can do some good tonight with Lovers Play. Me, I'll be in Columbus, the girls and I. Now, we didn't go on tour the way we thought we were going to. It just didn't seem like it was going to make much sense. We're about an hour and 40 from Scioto. Maybe we'll leave a little earlier, go down and get a bite to eat in Columbus, and then head on to Scioto down 6:57, so 7 o'clock post for Irresistible Sun. He's coming in good. We had a little vet work done to him. I will take a moment to mention, there are some horses that had rather high vet bills last month. Halley in the Clouds was one. You're going to see a vet bill from Gaslight Hall, Chicago Hall, Resolve Indeed. We have been working on Course of Adequate and shock waving their knees to get them to where we want to. Now, this isn't what we've done in the past, but it's worked rather well for almost every horse we've done this to. There's been huge turnarounds, and I think it's been a massive benefit to our stable. So yes, it is a little bit costly, but this isn't something we'll need to do all the time. Once the horses are set up for the summer, I doubt we'll need to continue to maintain their knees. This is just getting them to a point where they're comfortable, set, and ready for the summer. And by the sounds of things coming out of Ontario, both Resolve Indeed, Gaslight Hall, Chicago Hall, Century Legion, even My Wicked Heart and Princess Dream, who is 1 at the track and 2 on our way to the track. A lot of excitement surrounding these horses, and I know that their knees were bothering them about 4, 5, 6 weeks ago, and we started down this path, and Danny he was a little skeptical, as was the vet, when we started down this path in this way, but both have come around, and both have been raving about how the horses have looked. So, physically. So we got some huge qualifiers this morning also with them. I'm going to be watching Chicago Hall and going to be watching Century Legion, the draw. You must know to get in, because the draw was today for Tuesday. So the whole plan is to, if you see Century Legion not qualifying, it's because he is entered into race, and the race is going to go on Tuesday. Yes, that is where we're at. Wait, no, it's Friday. That was the plan, right? So if he's not in, it's because he's into race. If he's qualifying, it's because the 2-year-old trot did not fill. There. That's what I meant to say. Sweeney today, we made a shoeing change on Sweeney this week. Can't get him over this track at Scioto with flip-flops on, so we took them off him. We took them off Irresistible Sun. So very interested to see how those horses race tonight. I expect good miles from both of them this evening. Prince Charmer, I'll be completely frank with everybody. Jason trained all 4 of them the other day. He said they all train good, but the one that really impressed me, because you talk about expectations, he said the one that really impressed me was Prince Charmer. Horse trained great this week. I'm really, really interested to see how he's going to race. Now, he's in tough. This is the Stallion Series. The Buckeye Series. There's no joke. These are the grassroots. These are the ones off the side of the Sire Stake horses. Some good horses in there. I believe Alan Swain told me his colt, the Papa Nordine colt, is in with Prince Charmer also. So good luck to Alan. I hope you finish second. But Prince Charmer, eager to see how he does tonight. And then we get to watch Spitfire. Stacy called me. She goes, I wish I'd known you were coming. You could have drove him. I said, I don't need to drive Spitfire overseas. I'm perfectly happy to watch him go. Very happy to watch him go. So eager to see Spitfire tonight. And Gypsy Hill also made that minor shoeing change again. We went back forward, took the bars off him, put aluminums on him behind. Jason said he trained great. See, it's not all, and this is the one thing, even as horse people, we get stuck into. We'll put something on a horse and then believe that is the way it has to be for almost ever, right? But a lot of these shoeing changes allow the horses their confidence to grow. maybe them to sound up a little bit more, and they don't need those shoes, right? They're not a full-time thing. Those bar shoes with the side weights that we had on Gypsy Hill, it definitely helped him get from making breaks, growing his confidence, and getting him qualified and racing and doing well. But he did come to a wall, and I felt that those shoes on behind were maybe sticking him a little bit, tiring him out a little bit, really causing him a little bit of power outage on the end of it. We had to give up some power to get him back on track. But now that we have him back on track, let's see if we can get that power back in there. And we haven't raced him with them on yet, but Jason said he trained very, very good the other day with them on. So 3 horses racing tonight with shoeing changes at Scioto, but I have a really good feeling moving into tonight's races. And as I said, our qualifiers today, starting at 9:30, that's Chicago Hall, that's Century Legion. Eager to see these guys race also. And then tomorrow, a real cool day. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with everybody. I look quick. A day of a bunch of horses that are double digits to 1. Not what we're looking for, but not much we could do. You're talking about Looks Like Money racing in a $40,000 free-for-all. He's like 15 to 1. I haven't looked at the entries yet, but I can imagine what we're going to see. But these are the horses he's going to have to race against. Just the way it is. Pickpocket, I was a little surprised, 10 to 1 from the rail. This horse won the Bluegrass, won the International Stallion, winning 53 at the Meadowlands, was second, beat ahead. Now, Mark Etzel's horse looks legit. I'll be the first one to say it. But 10 to 1 on and they don't know what we know about Pickpocket either. This is a horse that raced last week, and his weight count was 12 after he raced. He's sick. Showed a little bit of blood. I have every belief that Dominic is going to have this horse's lungs dried up. I don't think you're going to see any blood in the scope tonight. I think you're going to see a healthy horse race tonight because we get on it early. And I have to believe that if he gets away on the right foot, he is healthy, he's not sick, he doesn't bleed. It would be hard for me not to be convinced that he's not going to go a big mile. It's my 2 cents. Now that I say that out loud, it's Friday. Maybe take the blood on Pickpocket. I wouldn't mind seeing what his weight count is heading in to make sure that we have him on the right track. We'll start from the top. Patrick LePron is way down in class, the 8,500 class. I see he's like 5 or 6 to 1, but Chris knows him. And if the horse is in striking position, he'll get there. Hey, can I help you? I don't believe you ate your sandwich yet, did you? You're going to have to eat at least half.
Now you have 2 bites?
Well, if 2 bites makes half, then yeah, by all means, have 2 bites. Come on, eat it up. That's a girl. And then you can play with my iPad. Memory and Imagination's coming in good, but the horse that beat him in Massachusetts left inside of him again. Ronnie Wren knows the horse good. So when it came to me going to meet with my family, and hopefully Amy's feeling better. And if she is, maybe make an appearance at the North American Cup. I guess I have to make another video too. I should have started my video telling everybody we have the patio tonight. It's a stable patio, so for everybody out there in Ontario, I'll make another video also after this, specifically talking about the Mohawk patio. But no, you need a little bit more. But truthfully, it should be so much fun. It should be so much fun at this patio. The weather's supposed to be nice. Everything's supposed to be nice. It'll be nice to sit down and talk with everybody. So it does deserve its own video. And I will make that in just a moment. Having said that, if you're in the area, you're welcome to come out. Last time we did this on short notice, we had about 140 people come out. So feel free. If you are a stable client or a friend of a stable client, or just want to come out and hang out with stable people, well, some of us are stable, then feel free. We'll be there all night. What? Okay, relax. All night. Blanton's Blue, long shot at Yonkers, but I'm eager to see how he's going to race and what Mark says about him. 20 to 1's a ludicrous prediction on this horse. He gets around a half good. He'll trot over Yonkers in 57, 58. No, I haven't looked. Maybe they're all going in 56. I have no idea. But I don't think a non-winners of 4 class at Yonkers is going to make him look silly. And if it does, fine. We'll find an easier class for him. Looks Like Money, as I said, in the free-for-all. Good luck to all my partners and him. Tactical Mounds is making... let me see, what do we got here? The Armbro Flight, $233,000, and she is 10 to 1. Good horses, but she's no slouch herself. Second start without the flip-flops on. You know Scott is going to be as aggressive as he can with her. She is not a 10-1 horse, I don't believe, but I could be wrong. Then we have Pickpocket again. So excited about this race, these 2 races. All 4, really. And then we have JK Victory racing on Saturday night again, coming off a win. Kyle Wilfong has driven him once and won with him, so I'm eager to see how he's going to drive him on Saturday. Really don't care. Another long shot at Yonkers from my brother Mark. We'll see how she does at Yonkers. I'm a little surprised. Nalmore's a 2. She's 20-1. Really? Nalmore's a 2, but not more than 4 pari-mutuel races or 60 life. Oh my. That is a loaded class. I'm looking for Nalmore's a 2 or 10 or 15 or 20. Yeah, I can see why she might be 20-1. Man. Renegade Gypsy also racing, coming off a win, I believe, with him. And Serious Dragon racing also, but the poor bugger Drew, I think it's like 9, right? 9 hole. 15-1 out of the 9 hole, and Sylvain Filion is going to drive him. So Saturday is a little bit of a murky group, but, you know, for a good reason. We have 2 horses racing for almost $250,000. We have Looks Like Money in a free-for-all. Memory and Imagination, the Courier and Ives going for 40 or 50,000, and then we have our boys, our mainstays, Patrick the Piranha and JK Victory, also racing and trying to find a spot for Blanton's Blue and Really Don't Care. So a very, very interesting looking next 3 days coming up. I'm gonna hang out here at the barn, see what's up at the barn if I'm needed to do anything. Friday night we're gonna go. Tonight we're gonna go to Scioto. Back tomorrow, train a few horses up, and then hopefully around 10:30 or so head to Ontario with the girls and see Mummy at early afternoon. In Ontario, early afternoon. So with that, I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you had a wonderful day yesterday. The weather is so nice right now, and I hope it stays this way till October. The weather's been great. Yeah, the horses have been great. And in regards to horses qualifying this week, we have some going back to the meadows. We have some that we've entered. Our first horses are likely to start racing next week. We've entered 4 in Northfield. Hopefully somebody gets in. We've entered 1. I entered Foxy Seaside in the meadows. I want to get her on a 5/8. She trained like a beast the other day. Who knows? We still have 2 weeks to the next generation. And it wouldn't shock me if Foxy jumped up and won a big mile at the meadows, that's for sure. So we'll see what happens. But for right now, off to work we go. If you're heading to work, I hope you have a short work day. If you're outside, I hope the weather's great. It should be another great day at the stable. Take care.